Hey everybody, Joy here, I think. What day is this? Oh, I think it's Thursday, August 23rd. That's close. August 23rd, 2023. Oh my. I know I told you I'd come back and I'd show you what I bought. But if you had been with me, you would understand why. That place is the worst, the absolute worst. Why do we go there? Why do we ever go there? I was so upset. Oh, I kid you not. When we got back home yesterday, we were both crying. It was so horrible, just horrible. I wrote a letter, and it was a long letter, a long email to the head person there over sales, and asked her to send a copy to the owner. And I detailed everything that had happened, which was all awful. We were supposed to be there 1.5 day, remember? We were there 4. And Jerry's appointment today with his cardiologist is at 2:30, something like that. And we couldn't miss it. And they just kept taking our coach, bringing it back. It's still not fixed. Taking it, bringing it back. Oh, well, we took it to the wrong place. Taking it, bringing it back. Oh, horrible, horrible. And then, they have this. Oh, let me tell you first. Why do we go there? Why on earth do we go there and don't we go somewhere else? The reason is our RV is a 2020. So a lot of it is still under a 5-year warranty. And the only place you can take it where they will do the service under the warranty and get paid for it is that place. I mean, there's some like in Phoenix, Arizona, and California, but Dallas is the closest to us, right? Oh, it just went from worst to worst to worst to worst. Oh my goodness. So I don't want to talk about it anymore. I could tell you a story that all of you would just, you'd be crying when I got done. So let's just don't go there. Let's just be glad we're home. I told Jerry on the way home, that's it, we're getting rid of this RV. I don't want to have it anymore. I love the RV, but I just hate this place, and we always have to come here, and I don't want to be an RVer anymore. Let's go back to hotels. And then that upset him because he loves that RV. He has put so much time and effort, and he rebuilt his barn to put it in, and we put electric and water out there in 2 different places, and he loves it. And so it really, really upset him when I said, that's it, we're getting rid of this RV, I don't want one anymore, I just hate this place. I told those people that too. Okay, let's talk about something else. Okay, you remember the little quilt? I got the first little quilt. I decided to do it different. Not that different. I didn't like it. Number one, I didn't like it when I first saw it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the colors. My friend Philly didn't like the colors either. We're not into oranges and browns, and we just didn't like it. This one has a lot of purple in it, though. So I thought, well, you can't make every quilt in the whole house blue and white and pink, and you gotta have some color, right? I got my yellow sunflowers over there, but that's got a lot of green. I love the yellow and green together. So this is it. The fabrics I ordered came in, and I put the border on, and I like it better than the original, but I mean, it's not my favorite quilt in the world, okay? So this is called Trip Around the World. I was supposed to get one for August, and Philly hasn't gotten hers, and I haven't gotten mine, and here it is, the 23rd of August already. So the mail lady, the post office here, has been holding our mail for 8 days, and they're going to bring the mail today. So I'm hoping, because last month in July, I got mine before she did. So I'm hoping my next little quilt will be in the mail when the mail lady comes. I still will show you, we're just going to start a snippet video here, and this is just snippet A. Or snippet 1, whatever you want to call it. I'm so glad to be back and be able to make one, let me tell you. Oh my goodness, they've got this one guy there. They've got this one guy there at NRVC. His name is Anthony, and he's absolutely darling. I don't know how old he is, 25, maybe 30, I don't know. He looks young, but he has a beard, so I know he's not that young. And he is just a lover. He's just a lover of people, and especially old ladies who cry. And every time he came over to our coach, he saw that I was upset. In fact, yesterday, when we were trying to get ready to leave, but then Jerry found out they still didn't fix something, and everybody was coming over. Oh my gosh, because the lady that I sent the email to, she said, somebody get over there and do something. So suddenly we had all these people there. Well, I was standing there at the door waiting for Jerry to come back from doing something outside, getting ready to leave. And he opened the door, and Anthony was there. And I was just bawling my eyes out. My face was all puffy, my eyes were puffy, I was all wet, my cheeks were all wet from crying. I was so upset. And he'd already seen me that morning and knew I was upset. And I said, this place is horrible. I said, the only thing good about this place is you. But he just hugs you, and he's so sweet. Oh my goodness, I love that kid. But anyhow, how did I get off on that again? He told us, we're sorry, but that's still broken because it's got stretched out and you have to have new fabric or whatever. So we still came home. So I've got to go downstairs, get my stuff out of the Jeep. Jerry's probably taking the Jeep over to his barns, clear over there, across our land. And I forgot to get them out of the back. So I've got to get my packages so I can show them to you. And we're going to Jerry's cardiologist. Now, this isn't really his cardiologist. It's just the cardiologist that was on duty the night they rushed Jerry in an ambulance to the hospital, after his heart attack. And you get whoever's on duty. That's who you get. And so since he's the one that was in charge, we have to go to him. But we're already talking about going back to Oklahoma City for our doctors up there. The hospital was just awful that Jerry was in. Awful and not awful. He was in the ICU and he was well taken care of and had good doctors. Had one nurse that was just lazy and you had to go find her all the time, and she always complained, and I asked her if he could at least have a cup of water. Used to, when we went to the hospital back when Tammy was a baby and when Jerry had his spleen out, and the different times we have been to the hospitals, they give you this great big tumbler with ice and water in it. And then they fill it up for you and they make sure you have water. Jerry had none. And so I asked the nurse, he needs water, he hadn't had a drink. He hasn't had anything to eat or drink for 24 hours. And she said, well, I'll see if I can get the key to the cabinet to get a cup. An hour later, maybe longer, I go out there and I say, is my husband going to be able to get a drink? Can somebody bring him some water? Well, somebody else heard me say it. And so they came in with a little styrofoam coffee cup with some water in it. Can you believe it? And the food was just inedible. The food was horrible. And Jerry is not a complainer. Jerry will eat anything I cook. He'll eat anything you cook. But he couldn't even eat the stuff there. Number one, it was cold. The meatloaf was so hard, you couldn't cut it with a fork. You had to have a chainsaw to cut it. So it was bad. So we're going back to Oklahoma. People down here can keep that hospital. I keep looking funny because it looks like my light's blocking off the view. I hope it isn't. If it is, I'll fix it after a while in my next snippet, okay? How about that? I'll let you go for now, and I'll be back after a while. Okay. I have time to do another little snippet. The mail lady hadn't been here yet, but somebody came, UPS or FedEx or somebody, and I had a box downstairs, and then I went ahead and got my stuff out of the Jeep to show you. So, are you ready? What do they call this? A haul? This is called I'm really bored. Let me go to a sewing store. So, this bag came from the expo. It was from a company called Memories by the Yard from San Antonio. Nice girl there sold this to me. There was very little fabric at this expo. Big disappointment. And the places that did have fabric had little, I had the thermostat set on 76 in here. It's cooler outside. Anyway, the ones that did have fabric had little booths. And if there were 2 or 3 women in there, you couldn't get any more people in there. So I was really disappointed in the fabric. But at whatever point I walked up to this place, I was the only one there. So I was able to walk in and look at the fabric, and I noticed they had some really pretty batiks. So, I'll show you what. I had got, don't you always love a new nail file? They had a whole bunch of nail files there, and one lady came up and bought, goodness, a whole handful of them. She must have had a couple dozen of them. And she said she was going to some retreat someplace, and so she was going to take those nail files there. I guess she was going to share them with everybody. But it's broken. I hate when they break. Ah! How did I break it? Oh my goodness. Anyway, new nail file. Okay, so here's my 2 batiks. Now you know I love turquoises and blues. So here's one batik that I bought. Cottons, all cottons. I just saw Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery do a video on can you make clothes with quilting cottons. Well, if you can't, you're going to have to come empty out 99% of my closet, because I make stuff with quilting cottons all the time. Quilting cotton, quilting cotton, quilting cotton. I love quilting cottons. I love to make blouses out of them. So this was one. Isn't it pretty? When they're batiks, one of the things I really like about batiks is they're the same on both sides. Might be a tad difference, but you can't tell it. So that was one. I loved it. And then my eye landed on this one. And loving turquoise, I had to get this one. And it was only like $8 a yard, which was wonderful. It was worth standing in line for $8 a yard. That's cheap. These things can be $14 a yard these days. So, I don't know if it's some cheap brand or if it was because they were at the expo or what, but how pretty is that? So that's the first 2 pieces of fabric that I bought. And so then I told Jerry I wanted to go sit at Joann's. That was the day before yesterday when they took our coach early in the morning. And the bookstore closed. They closed the bookstore there, and we love to go to the bookstore. Well, it's not there anymore. So I said, Joann's is brand new. It has several chairs in there around the tables, the pattern tables where you buy patterns, and the patterns aren't on sale. And there's hardly ever anybody in there anyway. I'm sure you can come in there and sit. So he did, and I think I told you the other day, there was 2 other men sitting there too before we left. Very nice place for the husbands to sit. And if somebody wanted to come and sit and look at pattern books, there was still chairs left over. So this, remember I told you there was a clearance table? I should sit down so you could see me. Let's put this down on the floor. How about that? I'm still tired from doing nothing for 8 days. Okay, but sitting. Sitting's hard for me. So this was on the clearance table. See that little tag says clearance from Joann's? I'm not even sure what this is. It says cork board and dry erase board set. It's a set. And if you can get it open, good grief, this is one of those things. You can return it if it's in the exact same condition and packaging it was when you bought it. Well, forget that. Let me see. Oh, look, there's 2 little magnets on the whiteboard. It's magnetic. Aha. Look, there's more plastic. Oh, please. That's really cute. You know, I could put like a sign and say 50 cents off or something on my whiteboard. Did I give you anything to write on it with? I don't know. You know I love whiteboards. Oh, and then they give you some 3M. Hold on, let me cut this open. Okay, I got this open. I'm not sure at all what this is in it. It's got these 4 little things that are cute. They look like they're just something you would put in a car to like lift up something. And then they give you these little stickers. Why would you want a sticker on a whiteboard? Why would you want a sticker on that? I have no idea, but those are cute. Then they give you these 2 itty-bitty teeny-weeny tacks for the cork board. So maybe you're supposed to tack those stickers, but they're sticky. You don't want to put sticky on a, I don't know, y'all tell me. What do you do with this? Oh, it has some things to hang it on the wall with. It's cute. It's cute. I don't know why it was on sale. Probably everybody brought them back, didn't like them. Who knows? This one doesn't have any way to hang it, but it says Happy Planner. So you're supposed to plan something with it. But there's no way to hang this one up. So I bought that for some crazy reason. I don't know. But these are really nice. Don't dream it, sew it. Feeling so inspired, SEW. Make all the things. This is so important. This is cute. These are real cute. I'll stick them in a card when I send one to somebody. So, I told you that the patterns were not on sale. So I bought New Look patterns, right? Because they're only $3.99 full price, and some of them were on sale. So, for some reason, the ones with the green on top were $2.79 or something. But the ones that were white on top, they were $3.99. I do not know why, but that's the way it was. So I'll show them to you. I'll try to get closer to the camera. Is this close enough? This is New Look 6517, and hopefully I don't already own it. But I love the pants because they have that fun kind of pockets. I've actually made pajama pants like this before, so it's probably out of this pattern. I don't know. But it's got bust darts in the cute tank top, and it's got cute pants and they're wide legs, and wide legs are back now. So this is New Look 6517. 6517. Now, if you can't see it very good from me showing it to you right here, go online, look up New Look 6517, and you can stare at all the details you want to. This is New Look 6163, and I'm pretty sure I own this one too. You know, I'm giving away all my duplicates. And I like the square neck on the top of this one, and I like the jacket, the blazer, the coat, whatever you call it, because it doesn't have the flip over collar. It just has a little mandarin collar. And I really like the pants in it. So this is New Look 6163. Hold it still. New Look 6163. This one, I don't think I have this one. This is New Look 6673. And I like these tops where the waist comes up underneath your bust, because that's where, you know, 70-year-olds' waists are. So this one comes up underneath your bust, plus it's princess lines above that, and it's just as cute as it can be. So I want to make that 6673. If these pictures, if it's not showing up very good, I'll put pictures of them here somewhere, okay? How many did I get? I got 6. This is New Look 6757, and it just has a nice tank top, but it has a really cute skirt. And you can make the skirt long. And I like long skirts, long dresses. So this is 6757, and I really like the skirt. It has a slit up the front and pockets on the side, and another easy tank top. And you make this out of stretch fabric, according to this sign on the back. Surely the skirt isn't stretch fabric. The skirt is in wovens. The top is in stretch. Did I show you up close? Okay. All right, this is New Look. This is a new pattern, and I really like it because it tucks at the waist, and you can make the waist wherever you want your waist to be. And it's just new, and it has sort of a peplum thing, and I like that. And I've made peplums before, and sometimes I hate them and sometimes I like them. So we shall see, but I think this is a really cute pattern. This is 6753, New Look. I'll see if I can do picture in picture like everybody else does and show you that. Don't hold your breath. This was the first one that I got because wide leg pants are in, and I've got some fabric I bought for it. Here, I'll show it to you. So no way on earth am I making the top. I'm not wearing, you know, bandages across my chest. I'm not wearing that. But it shows the pattern. One thing I love about everybody's patterns other than Peggy Sager's is they really show you the garment. They don't have it covered up with a cape or a sweater or a long blouse, or I don't understand her pattern envelopes. Anyway, this says it's easy, and I've certainly got plenty of other patterns to make a top with. But these pants have elastic in the top. For those of you who say, what pattern can we get for elastic in the top? Get this one. I'll show you how to make it. You want to watch me make it when I make it? Let me see what it says to make these pants out of. It says, suggested fabrics, gauze, crepe, challis, or stable knits. So I bought stable knits. They're called silky crepe, I think they were called. But how cute are these pants? Do they have pockets? I think so. I think they have pockets. I think they do. I just think those are so cute. Would I make those out of a quilting cotton? Maybe, but that's not what I'm making them out of. Because I got that for fall. You know, when fall is supposed to be cool. Oh, that was on well. The whole bag just fell apart. So, this is the gauchos, the pants, the long pants. And this is kind of heavy. Of course, I have so much of it here. So this will be the pants. Take it apart so it's single and not double. See there? So play like that's pants. Wide leg. See? Terrible color. I can't wear this color against my skin, but I can wear any color on the bottom. So play like that's the legs. See? Easy, huh? Super, super easy pattern. I won't call it a tutorial, but I'll just turn the video camera on when I'm making these, okay? How about that? We'll call that a sew along or a quilt along or a go back and look at it or whatever. And so this, I shouldn't have thrown them away. So this is the top. What pattern is the top? I don't know. But this is a really cute, very small print for me. Is it the same on both sides? Oh my gosh, it practically is the same on both sides, you guys. So see, so let's call this the blouse. Hold on. Let's call this the blouse, and these the wide leg pants. Huh? How about that? Yes. Yes, you look like a bag lady for sure, Joy. But the colors go together. You know, sometimes on the video people will say that doesn't even match, but I promise you it matches perfect because it's made by the same company, and the company made sure they had something to match it, so you'd have to buy it. But I just love that. It's polyester probably, but they called it silky crepe at Joann's. And it was 30% off. So I got that there. I looked and looked and looked and looked, carried a whole bunch of different ones around in my cart, went over to the table where my husband was sitting, held them all up, hung them down over the cabinets, made him decide which one went with which one. Oh, I think I'm going back out in the Jeep. So then they had some new cottons that had just come in, and they were on a separate cart that they hadn't put away yet. And to me, this looks like something you would make for an adorable little girl. But I don't care, I like it. And I'm making myself a blouse with it because I like it. White pants. See there? Quilting cotton or 100% cotton. It's not in the quilting cotton section of Joann's, but it's still 100% cotton. And I like it very much, and it will go with yellow pants, white pants. Oh, I just think that is darling. Does it match that? Oh, almost, but not quite. So that's one new blouse. And I decided to get that because I don't have that color of a blouse in my closet. And then I decided to get this because I don't have this color of a blouse in my closet. And I thought I want something new and different. Something different. So this is another one. It's a polka dot. And it's kind of the same color as that, only a completely different print. And it's got like silvery white polka dots in it. Huh? So I thought that was really pretty. It had just come in. So I got that one. Then back to my usual blues. I thought, well, I'll buy this. It isn't roses, it isn't flowers, you know, it doesn't look like anything else in my closet. And of course it goes with blue jeans. So I got this one. I took it up to the counter and the lady that was cutting the fabrics out, she said, oh, I really like that one. So it's kind of a cream color in it. But it'll go with blue jeans, like I have on. You can see, blue jean duty. Let's put this one on and see what we think. Oh, listen, this little lady, she was over there taking these bolts and putting them back on the shelves. And I was carrying several around in my cart, and I said, do you have a mirror in here? No. I said, you need to get a full-length mirror in here. She said, well, what would we need that for? We're not a clothing store. I said, well, you better come to my house and look in my closet, because all the clothes in my closet, most of them are made from fabrics from this store. Well, actually, that's not true. A lot of them are from fabrics. But back in the olden days, you know, I have a lot of old clothes. Okay, so let's play like we have jeans on, which we do. This is crazy. I need a mirror. So let's wrap that around there, that around there, get the white part gone. And so what do you think? What do you think? Nice with jeans. Yeah, so that's another blouse. And then this one, I wouldn't be surprised if I don't already own this one. I think I might already own this one. But she said it was brand new and it had just come in, so I thought, well, how can I own it if it's brand new and it just came in? So this is another one to make. There, that's better. Let's do it this way, Joy, instead of that other crazy way. To make, to go with blue jeans. See? Perfect. What do you think? Ah, I need to go start cutting out. If we didn't have to go to the cardiologist, oh, I really like that. I like the way it looks. So that's the fabrics that I bought. That's all the fabrics that I bought. I didn't buy any fabrics from Hobby Lobby because they never get anything different. Everything's still the same. And then again from the clearance table. This was on the clearance table. Neither one of them have a tag. So remember I told you I kept going up to the counter having them scan stuff. So I went up there to have them scan these. And I don't remember how much they were, but anyway, they were still on sale. So, have you seen their goofy signs they put with your fabric there? They say, asterisk, 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 suspended. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. What the heck does that mean? I thought I got in trouble. I took this up there, gave it to the lady, and I went, oh my gosh, am I suspended? What the heck does that mean? Joann's. So, that was my Joann shopping spree. So now, there was a box delivered by somebody I said earlier today, and it'll be hard to show you this. You can go to Laundry Basket Quilts and really see it. But I got the half-yard bundle of her newest fabric called Cocoa Blue, because I thought I could use the blues in it, number one, to finish this Block of the Month quilt that she's doing, although they're quite a bit different blue. They really are. And you can definitely make blouses out of these things. Of course, they're only half yard, so you'd have to probably combine them. But Cocoa Blue, got it today, half yard bundle. Was it on sale? Probably not. But it gives you so much fabric to work with when you're making one of her quilts. And she said that all of her lines go with all of her other lines. So, yeah, that should work. Alrighty, so I'm done showing you what I came home with. When I get back this afternoon, maybe I'll do another snippet, because maybe the mail lady will bring the next little quilt for August. And I think she said that the little quilt for August is pre-cuts. I just pray it's not orange. Oh, don't be orange. You gotta be a fall. You gotta have red hair. Redheads, oh, they look amazing in fall colors. Avocado green, mustard, oh, put it on my friend Terry. She looks amazing in it. All right, folks, I'll be back. Hey everybody! This is in the middle of a whole bunch of snippets, so let's just say, hey everybody, Joy here on Saturday morning. How about that? Oh, yes, and I haven't had enough of a cuppa. We had a different, let's just say a different day yesterday. Hold on. We know this man that used to be a contractor, builder type person, but he decided he wanted to be a preacher instead of doing that. So he doesn't really do that anymore, and he doesn't have a church or anything. He's kind of a travel around to other people's churches and preach there if he's invited type preacher. So we heard about him from somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody years ago when we had our second RV. And he came and he did some work. He used to work for an RV company too. And so he came and he did some really, really good work on some of our cabinets that weren't totally, completely level or some, you know, Jerry used to have everything totally perfect. So he did a really, really good job. He was very particular like Jerry, and Jerry really liked him. So we decided we're getting new countertops in the kitchen. Why? Because ours broke again. And we have corian. We were going to change to quartz. We were going to change to anything, but we never could find anything we really liked, because every time we got a 10-inch sample, we'd say, oh, we love this, we love this, we love this. And so then if you could choose one that you liked, then they would show you a great big piece of it. Well, when we would see the great big piece of it, it was a totally different thing, totally different. So we decided we still like our plain white countertops out of corian. And it's a defect where it cracked above the dishwasher at the seam, and it's supposed to be under warranty. Well, ha ha ha, you know, it's like cracks in your cement and cracks in your walls. Well, it's only a foot wide. We only cover it if it's 2 feet wide. That's a major exaggeration. Same with beds. Well, it only sinks so far, but it has to sink this far or the warranty's no good. That happens on all mattresses. So I've heard from the mattress man. A little bit of whipped cream in this one. So we kept calling this man, and we pay mileage. He comes from Arnold. We pay mileage. We pay whatever they charge. And he kept saying, well, I don't feel good. Well, I have allergies. Well, I'm sick. Well, my wife isn't home. Well, I have to wait for this, wait for that. And he kept putting this off, putting this off, putting this off. We have to have somebody take the cabinets. We have a appliance garage that sits right on the countertops. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. If you build a house, don't do it. Because every time we change the countertops, and this is the third time, you have to remove the cabinets off the wall that are connected to that appliance garage because it's on the countertop. So this is the third time we've done it, and it was really, really hard for the man with Jerry's help yesterday and his son's help to get the cabinets off the wall. So we've decided we're going to cut the appliance garage off of it. So anyway, that's step 2. But my point was, we waited and waited and waited for this man. He kept having an excuse. So I called my friend Terry. I said, I need somebody to come get these cabinets off the wall. Do you know somebody? She said yes. So she gave me the name of her person that comes and does work for them. And his name's Mark, and he goes to our former church and their current church, and he's done a lot of work for them. So finally, I say, hey, Jerry, I have a name of somebody, and he goes to church. The first guy calls. I mean, I no sooner said it. Then the first guy who just told us he had bad allergies and he was sick and he had to wait for his wife and blah, blah, blah. He calls and says, I can come today. What are the chances? So he came yesterday with his son, and his son's just probably a teenager, and I don't like that. You know darn well they aren't insured or workers' comped or anything. But he brought his son, and he needed it because very, very, very heavy lifting. So they came, and it was hammer, 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 and saw, 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 and hammer, hammer, hammer. Lots of noise. So that was going on downstairs. Up here, I was Zooming with Billy because she couldn't do it on Thursday, and Friday was a much better day for me too, so we decided to Zoom yesterday. So, I learned something new. You know I love to learn new things. I always have, since I was a little kid with my little red plaid lunchbox, my little metal, remember? The little plaid red metal lunchbox, and I waited outside to get on the school needed a boss probably. The boss of the school was my mother, let me tell you. So I stood out there on the sidewalk with my little red lunchbox. I was so proud of myself. I felt so big, and I was so excited because my mother and daddy told me I would learn things there. And I just love to learn things. So recently, Philly and I both, because you know we're BFFs and you have to have the same thing. So we both bought the version 3 upgrade to our Solaris embroidery machines, baby lock. So we both have the latest of everything that machine does. So we have these little quilts. I'll show you in a minute. You're going to laugh at my little quilt. We have these little quilts. So the day before yesterday, I think I showed you at the beginning of this reel, let's call it a reel, my snippet reel, that I was going to finish that quilt. Well, I did finish it. But I spent literally 6 hours, maybe more, trying to quilt that little quilt with my B740 Bernina using the stitch regulator foot that you attach like a regular foot, and you plug it into the back of the machine. Then you're supposed to be able to sew and it not miss stitches. It's supposed to keep all the stitches exactly the same. Whatever you set, you know, I set them at 2.5. It's supposed to keep them all the same. Oh, number one, it didn't want to move. It didn't want to sew over all those seams in that little quilt. You know, it's just itty bitty teeny weeny trip around the world squares. So thousands of seams behind it. And it just wanted to skip or flip or jerk or... I had the worst time. I practiced and practiced for over an hour, maybe 2 hours, on just, you know, scraps. And I couldn't get it to work well on that, but I got it to work well enough. I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and try it on the real quilt. Oh. Well, it was better than what I started with when I very first started, because I was getting used to, do I want to use number 1 position, or do I want to use number 2 position? Do I want it on 2? Do I want it on 1.5? Do I want it on 2.5? Do I want it on 3? You know, all the practice. Do I want this needle, that needle? So I started doing my real quilt. What I was doing was fine, but the stitch regulator was messing it up. I would curve into a point and it would skip, and it would like sew backwards or something. And then when I would move, it would sew teeny tiny stitches, and then it would jump a stitch. It was horrid, just horrid. I went downstairs and I screamed a dozen times at Jerry. This machine's driving me crazy. He just ignored me. He had no idea what I was talking about. You're always going to those sewing classes. I don't understand why you're having a problem. Well, you and me too. Put us on the same page there, buddy. This is why I need more coffee today. So I went ahead and finished it. I thought, this is going to be up on the ceiling. Nobody's going to be able to see it. I actually did the border with piano keys, with no foot, just a normal foot. Sewed forward, stopped, cut the thread. Went to the next one, sewed forward, stopped, cut the thread. Next one, next one, next one. So, it took a while, but I did it, and the borders are fine, but the inside, oh my. So I got it all done. I put the binding on. I went over to the coach. We've been sleeping in the coach, but we can't sleep in it anymore because Jerry's got to put it back in the barn. So, I got it entirely hand sewn. Yeah, a little bitty quilt, and I hand sewed the border on. Turned out real good. The border, not the border, the binding. The binding looks really good. So when I show it to you, y'all look at the binding, okay? I'm sorry, you know, did I tell you, Judy Kessinger imitated me doing my coffee? She's so much fun. Okay, so here's the thing. Hey, we're up to the J's in the ABC challenge. I missed the last couple letters, whatever they were, the H and the I or something. But the J, you can make a joy top, and the joy top is the one with the square neck. And she actually revised it. She called it something else. I don't remember what the second thing. But she revised it and made some little tucks right here in the corner of the squares. And it's a much better pattern. So I'm sure she would call that the joy top too. I think it's only $3 if you don't have the pattern. So if any of you care, You fit nice, people. Okay? So I was with Philly yesterday Zooming. Well, Philly didn't have her borders on yet. And she didn't have her binding on yet. And I knew that Philly was going to use the new software that we got in the Solaris that does the edge-to-edge quilting. So you can quilt an entire quilt. However, 70 hoopings, hello? 70 hoopings. I don't know what size quilt that was that they were talking about, but I'm not doing any 70 hoopings. No. I'll do big quilts on my long arm. And if Jerry's kitty cats weren't up on that long arm, I would have done this on it. So I did mine like I told you. Well, she was using the new software. So I told her, I said, I'm going to make up a fake quilt, which I did. 3 layers, top, batting, and back. And I'm going to do it with you because I want to learn it. And so we both did it yesterday. And we learned so much. Hers turned out awesome. The middle of her quilt with her, I'll show it to you on this. She did the same thing as this. Hers turned out so good. The embroidery machine did not have any problems jumping over all those seams like that goofy foot did, that stitch regulator foot. I started to call Bernina, but I thought I don't want to be on the phone for 2 hours while they research it and try to figure out what's wrong with it. Sorry, y'all, I needed that. So I didn't call them. I just thought, I'm going to be with Philly tomorrow and I'll learn how to do it with this new software. And I'm going to do all my little quilts now on the Solaris with the new edge-to-edge feature. Now, it needs a lot of fixing, let me tell you. For one thing, it only comes in one size. And so, the only way you can change the size of the design is to put it in a bigger hoop. And that doesn't make any sense to me because my hoop was plenty big to make it bigger. And it made me do 10. I had this itty bitty thing. It made me do 10 hoopings to sew out this much. I thought that's just crazy. You got these great big huge hoops. Why the heck doesn't it just quilt the entire area in the hoop? That made no sense to me, or Philly. But that's the way it goes. I guess I'm used to such better software with my Bernina software and my software on my long arm that just seemed really backwards. I'm sure they'll come out with version 4 and it'll be another $1,000 or $1,200 and it'll suddenly be able to be sized, but all right, so Philly got her borders on and then we set up our machines and got them all ready to go. Then we took a lunch break and decided we'd come back after lunch and then really start sewing our edge-to-edge quilting pattern. So I got mine all done. It's not perfect. I found out later on a video that I watched. There's a really good video. And of course I won't remember the name of the company. I took notes. I took notes downstairs. I watched the video this morning. It's called Live with Somebody. I'll put it here or there or next here. I'll put it so you can look at it. If you have a Solaris and if you care, okay? I'll put it. Because it's very detailed and very thorough, very good. Although she's doing a quilt littler than this. So let me show you. This was my make-believe quilt. And I know this is the top because it's purple thread and the back of it is just whatever. Oh, it was a pre-wound white bobbin. Sorry about all the sippas from my cuppa. So this is it. This, I was going to throw it in the trash. But this is Edita Sutar fabric. And I really like it. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make a little zipper pouch. I'll have to cut it in half probably. Or maybe I can just use this as a seam already. And I'm going to make a zipper pouch and make it kind of fat at the bottom. You know, where you put those, you sew the corners and it makes it, you know, fold in. And I'm going to make a zipper bag out of it. I don't have to bind it that way, so sounds like a really good idea. But this is it. I'll try to hold it up close and still so maybe you can see the quilting on it. It's just a simple stipple. I think there's 10 different quilting designs you can choose from. And the Solaris is the exact same thing as the Luminaire. So if you have a Luminaire, same old thing. So it's just a simple stipple. We didn't choose the size. the embroidery, the software on the Solaris chooses the size of the thing, and we thought it was too little. But because we're doing little quilts, it actually turned out quite good. So, Philly's going to send me a picture of hers when she gets it bound, which hopefully will be soon because I need to get this video up. But now I have something super funny to show you. You know, I had this super bright idea to put the little quilts up here on the attic, the slanted attic ceiling. Well, it's a good thing I belong to a club, and it's a good thing I'm going to make a whole lot more. Because while Philly was getting her borders ready yesterday, I got a step stool and I put my Trip Around the World little quilt up on the ceiling. You know, you don't know something until you know it. You know that, right? You just don't know it till you know it. So, guess what happens when you take a quilt this big? Imagine a bigger one, be even worse. And you put it up on the ceiling, and you put a pin here and a pin here, hammering it into the sheetrock, a straight pin, here and here and here and here. Okay, so here it is, it's on the ceiling. Guess what happens? The center of it sags, and it looks like a saggy boob hanging down from your ceiling. I couldn't believe my eyes. So I took a pin and I pinned it right in the center. So now guess what I have? Now I have 4 little boobs hanging down from the ceiling. Fortunately, it's a flat-chested lady, so we don't have to worry about that too much. But I'm going to show it to you. But notice how it looks like a postage stamp up there. It's just teeny tiny. Just like, what on earth? Is this a bat flew up on the ceiling or what? At least it's a pretty bat. All right, get ready. Get ready. I'm going to show you. It's really funny how it looks. Let me shine some light on it here. Look at how tiny that looks up on the wall. Isn't that just crazy? It's bound. It's all done. And it's up on my ceiling. Okay, so here's the thing. This is called Little Quilt Club of the Month. You're supposed to get a quilt every month. This is August 26th. I have not gotten my August quilt, and Philly hasn't gotten her August quilt. And we could have worked on them yesterday. You know, we love to Zoom little projects like that. But we haven't gotten it, so I called. And then I noticed yesterday that Edita has her video showing everybody the quilt and how to make it. She had it up yesterday. I was so ticked. I thought, I haven't even gotten it. Why is she showing it to everybody? It's not going to be a surprise. Now I was really upset. And so I called them. And I got Veronica. And Veronica was very sweet and trying to explain nicely that they ran out of material. And they had to wait for more material to come in. Well, why the heck didn't Edita send us, she sends us an email every day about something. Why didn't she send us an email about that and saying, so sorry, we're a little late getting your little quilt mailed out this month. And so I asked the girl, I said, well, if we're not going to get this quilt till September, is she still going to do a September one, or is the September one coming in October? And she was getting a little sad because, you know, I was being assertive. Is that what we call it? And she said, I'm so sorry, I'm really sorry. She kept apologizing. She said, I said, well, did your fabric come in yet? I mean, when are these going to go out for August? And she said, well, they should go out today. So I got an email I told you she emails you all the time. I got an email yesterday that said, your little quilt has shipped. So, you know, the thing was, make July in July, make August in August, make September in September. So I guess we're going to have to change that. Make July and August, August and September, September and October, if they're going to send it at the end of the month. So we were not happy about that. But obviously I'm going to have to make about 100 of them to fill up this wall so it doesn't look like a quilted bat flew up there and stuck his belly to my ceiling. And then I'm going to, there's a million patterns out there on making zippered pouches. I mean, they're just one after the other on YouTube. So I'm going to find a pretty purple zipper to go with this. And I think today I'll try to put this together into my zipper pouch. I kind of hate to do that because I don't want it to get dirty, but you know, it was just a scrap. I could line it with something, I suppose, but I don't have any of that, you know, plasticky stuff that you would put inside of, well, you don't put that in purses. You would put it inside a shopping bag maybe, but this is too little for a shopping bag. So that's all I have to tell you now. I think you can see the corner of my baby quilt sticking out there. So I think I'll go ahead and I'll end this this video of snippets. I've still got to go in and show you the pictures. Well, do I? How about I just hold them up and show them to you now? How about that? Then I won't have to take pictures. Let me just hold these up and show them to you close so you can see them. Because I edited where I was doing them the other day in the other room and you can't see anything. So hold on, let me take another sip of. All right, so this is New Look 6517. 6517. Let me hold it like a bib does so it doesn't block it. 6517. And you've already seen the part where I told you what I was going to make. This is the big leg pants. I could make these today, but I haven't washed the fabric yet. So that's the big leg pants. That is New Look 6758. Are you saying, oh my gosh, she's finally holding something still? This is 6163. They're all New Look. Now for some reason, these that are green on the top, they were cheaper. I don't know why. This is 6753. This is 6673. Watch me have all these patterns. 6673. And this is 6757. So now I can do like all of those people with millions of subscribers, and I can say, if you watch till the end, you'll see all the patterns close up. All right, my friends, we're going to shut this one down because tomorrow's Sunday and we've got to do Shine. We missed last Sunday because we were at that awful RV place and we were so upset nobody wanted to see our faces on that day, believe me. So, going to end this right here and I'll be back soon.